Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome for a time for Trent's Thoughts. Thank you for joining me on today. Today, we're going to be talking about the lady with the issue of blood and the daughter of Jairus, the daughter that they thought was dead, but God. As we're looking close into this story, we see, I'll grab my notes, I have my notes as well. The power of God, God's power. He was in this town where there was a lot of people, and probably knew already what was going to be perceived as the person he was from their thoughts, seeing the miracles, hearing the miracles, but still be in expectation. Speculation, let me say speculation. What a world that we still live in to this day. There's still speculation that goes on from people seeing miracles but still want to choose and believe what they see and still be, I guess you could say, just very ignorant. Once you know something, are you going to continue to do it, or are you going to lean into the understanding of Jesus, of God's, or through the discernment of the Spirit? As we're looking close into this story, Luke, many acts, many miracles, many promises, things are showing that Jesus has been performing before it's his time to leave this world. But he will rise up once again on the third day. We see one daughter who was sleeping, one who had a chronic issue of blood. Two of them had issues, but they didn't complain through it all. The lady with the issue of blood, she had this issue for 12 years. And Jesus is back in this town. And we see how no matter what, how she looked, how she felt in that moment, she didn't allow nothing to disrupt her blessing, disrupt her faith from what people thought or people feel, as we see in our world today, where people try to put on their insecurities, how they feel, how they think, how they want you to feel because of what they perceive, what's going on in their life. But it's not fair to that person to be put on what you're feeling, what you're going through, when you can give it to God. He's there for us. He's there in the midnight hour, in the morning. But how many of you know it takes that person? A person can hear all day, you should do this, you should go see this physician. But the only physician, her faith allowed her to press, to reach out to Jesus and the magnitude of 500 people in this town. Mind you, Jesus wasn't there for her, but it just happened to be you're there in a part of you want to get healed. You're in the church. You're at a place where you want to encounter with God. You will be healed. God hears you. So he's going to be faithful enough to bless you because he's a God that he hears. And so she didn't allow no one to get her way. And all these people you can imagine pushing, and speculation. Who is this person? We know who it is, but we still want to believe in what we think, how we feel, because we don't want to give him credit. We don't want to say what it is, because we may actually have to really face the face value of what it is. And how do you know there are people that you have to take until they're changing by the Spirit? You have to take them as face value until they show you by their actions. And Jesus was a mighty man. He was a mighty man, a Baylor, who showed not because he wanted people to see, but he wanted people. He was humble. Once once he healed you, he wanted you to know, don't do this again. Don't do this again, my daughter. Don't do this again, my brother. It's for you to carry it out. I'm telling you to do and go and do and be obedient and share the good news that you're healed. You don't have to tell them that I did it. I know I get it. I don't need you to tell everyone else what I did for you. And so we gotta remind ourselves not to do things for a pat on the back. Just do it just because you need to do it. Stop being two-faced, I want to say. Being so at face value that there is more value to you, but because of your insecurities, because of your cold heart, you're not able to release what you're actually feeling. You don't understand. You don't want to understand how you're feeling because there's a change that wants to take place, but you're not allowing it to take place because it's like I have to give away this control. I have to give away this pride. I have to give away my ego. I have to give away forgiving someone when I know that they did me wrong. But you could look at you, God. Look at you, Jesus. You forgive me. You love me enough to throw my forgetfulness of all I done wrong into the lake. And so we should just remind ourselves, how can we even put ourselves to a pedestal to not forgive others, even though it's hard. It's a process. That's all I always say. I keep on my mind. As I seize the day, I trust the process of knowing that I'm not the one to be in judging and putting someone in a box and say that you're here. I still love you. You haven't did nothing to me, so you're free at this box. You're free to do whatever you want to do, but do not do this, or you will be put in a box with them. So don't cross that line. But God, God is so loving. He's so forgiving that He does not remind us at all. Only thing He can probably show us is what He has brought us out of, and what to do, and how to be able to hear His voice. And it's up to us to hear that voice of what we are going to do in that situation. Are we going to trust His voice, or are we going to keep doing what we keep doing and making a mess out of it? And He has showed us a way not to do it again. It's like, don't do that, my child. I told you, I showed you, but once I showed you, it's up to you. And so we gotta be in forgiveness and be able to not look at people as anything lower than what we are. And I just thank God for seeing all of us. We should see that we want to have the same image of Him. That it may take us a long time to forget some certain things, but we gotta look at, okay, God wants me to do this. If I'm fully in the image of Him, mind, body, and soul, I gotta truly forgive this person, even though they done me wrong. It's hard, but God, but Jesus, I can do this. I got issues too, so why am I holding this person to a pedestal when there's only one? I can't do them like that. How can I receive the forgiveness from others if I'm not able to if I'm not receiving myself and forgiveness what someone has done to me? If I'm not forgiving myself for this and this, how can I be free and be able to really exist? Be able to live, not exist, live in this world and be called a child of God over things that God has called me to do if I'm not forgiven, if I'm not showing those fruitful things that God has told me to do, showed me to do, but I would not be able to be fully in the fruits of receiving those fruits until I forgive, until I do everything He has asked me to do and has shown me to do. If I continue to do what I'm doing, then that's just up to me. His choice is there, His words are there, His commandments are there, but at the end of the day, forgiveness, y'all, forgiveness. And God, these ladies could have done anything, but Jesus healed these ladies, no matter the situation, no matter the issue, what people said about Him, why He was there. He was on a mission. He was already on a mission already. being out of the churches, talking with people, learning with people, and then he began to do these actions, miracles by his Father's business until it was his time to leave this earth. So I want that to be this resurrection in your mind, body, and soul, to stir up something that's going on right now that you need forgiveness of, that you need God to forgive you of. And God said, if you give it to me, if you reach out to me like the lady with the issue of blood, she reached out through all the chaos, through all the distraction, through everything that tries to come in your way, speculations, people are trying to, these stumble blocks that try to be created, that you create for yourself. And it's not even really sometimes people, but sometimes us, what we keep around of us in company, they can be the ones to stop us or try to stop us from what God is trying to do for our lives. But she was able to touch the holiest part of his garment, at the edge of his garment. And it makes me think, did she think to really, was she just trying to aim for any other place? Or did she know, okay, he's holy at the bottom of his feet? Hearing from these other ladies, other people bowing down to his feet, washing his feet. Did she know already how a significance it was that he, yes, he is Jesus, but the spirit that is in him, it is on his garment. It is on this powerful body that was created. And it's made flesh like me, but it's perfect. That's the only difference. But I believe I have faith. My faith has allowed me to push through what the limitations of my isolation. I don't come out my home. I'm just thinking of these thoughts, y'all. Join in on this conversation of what you may thought that God couldn't do for you, but you reached out. You reached out to God through all that what was going on, the doubt and the fear that was trying to come and knock on your door.
Motion detected at front door.
But Jesus, but the only one was there and opened the door that the door that you was at. You closed the other door, he was there. And he heard your cry. He heard your suffering for many years, many months, that a prayer that you've been praying. Lord, I want to have a child. God, I want to have a marriage, but I'm still sick in my infirmities because I don't know how to forgive. I don't know how to be the person that you're calling me to be, because I don't know how to be what you called me to be. I know that I'm something. I know that I have purpose, but I don't know what it is. I'm a child of God. I go to church. I've been raised in church, but now I'm outside of the church. And I know that we are the church, but still we need to have fellowship with others. What is my walk, God? I know that I walked in this. I wasn't forced into it, but I was in Sunday school, all these other stuff. Who am I now? And he's saying to you, my child, I'm still here. I was always with you, even when you was younger, in church, on the choir, and usher board. I was there with you. I still have you. I'm still walking with you. Though that you have grown up spiritually, there's still some matureness that needs to be matured. And some other factors as well, not just the spiritual, that I can mold you into, to show you that you are loved, that you are beautiful, that you are confident, even though you may not feel like you're confident because you feel like you're inadequate, but there's a purpose over your life. Don't allow the doubters, don't allow the fears and opposition to get in your way from what I'm trying to show to you, tell you. And the lady, how she ended up being out of her house. She heard this crowd, so you hear all this commotion outside. I was like, what's going on? There's something, major event, there's something that's taking place. And so it shows to me that she saw him. She didn't see his face, but she saw just the holiness from afar. And she grabbed onto that, no matter the distance. she had grabbed his garment, and this had interrupted his actually act that he's about to take place and raising up, as we see, raising up Jairus' daughter. Jairus, he was supposed to be already at the house where he's gonna raise up the daughter, but he was interrupted by blessing this other lady. As she touched him, he felt it because of her faith. He said, "Go, you are healed. No more you will have this issue. No more you will have this blood to run out from your body. The physicians you have seen, the money you have spent, as you know, it may seem like it's been like you spent your all, but the same act and the same ways that you were thinking that you showed, you didn't give up. You went to many doctors, but at some point, I'm here, and now you are healed. Go and be healed. Go share this miracle. Go tell your testimony. I've done this. You know, you don't have to tell people I've done it, like I said before, but it's not for you. Like, I don't need the brag. Nobody brag for me. Like, I'm a child of God. I'm a child of the King. I'm humble about it, but I don't need nobody telling me that what I'm doing, what I have done, this is what meant for me to do. As you have prophets, as you have pastors, as you have different people that have gifts, that's why I always tell people we all should be in celebration of one another, supporting each other, not putting people down, not bragging about what we're doing, but being celebrated, rightfully so. I've done this, yes, I've done this, but God gets all the glory at the end of the day, not me. I wouldn't be able to do this without him. The long nights crying, trying to figure out how to do this, but those times of crying, I was able to be vulnerable. I was able to bend down. I was able to break down and get to my altar at home and talk to him. And I was able to touch, as she did, touch and reach out to him. And I had a close encounter. He told me I was healed through what I was feeling, what I was going through. Little did I know that I was going to have a way out. He was my way out, the light. There was a light flicker that changed in my mind of what I was and what I was supposed to do. I can just only imagine her times that she prayed for 12 years. She was willing to wait until there was a time where she was able to receive a miracle. She didn't know exactly when, but she stayed determined. She stayed faithful. She prayed in that house. I don't know if the lights were on. The lights could have been off, but if it was off, she was already praying in her home. That was her sanctuary. I can only imagine where her thoughts was because of what people perceived her as, their perceptions. But their perception didn't allow her to go out of her house, out of her comfortability to get her blessing. It goes beyond yes, he can heal us, but her faith. So we gotta attach our faith, y'all. Faith without works is dead. Her faith, she put faith. Because Jesus, of course, probably knew that she was around in town, but she put the faith to meet him halfway. And he said, "Go and be healed." And so the lady, the daughter of Jairus, there was people already saying that, "Oh, she's dead. She's not gonna wake up. She's already dead. There's nothing you can do for her." There's gonna be people in your life that are gonna say that you're not meant to do anything, to put you down. They see the light inside of you, but it takes so much for them to really confess and really be able to congratulate you and say, yeah, I see that he has potential. I see the potential. They'd rather, brag about what they're doing, be the ones that would probably congratulate you, be the ones that stab you in the back, stab you in the front of your back, your chest and your back, in front of you, trying to give you those thoughts, yeah. You're doing good. But little did they know, they praying on your demise. They didn't care if she was healed or not. As we see, they didn't even care that he did these miracles. They were speculating everything. And still to this day, I just pray for everyone that wants an encounter with God, that wants to draw closer to God. Just talk to him. Even if you have a a small ounce of belief that you hear messages. Talk to a pastor in your church. Talk to wise people, that are older than you. Not to say that everybody, is perfect. Everybody is not perfect, but you have those that know the Bible. They're in the church. They're not just being the church people in the church. They take this as a close relationship, as our relationship. That's what it's supposed to be solidified. A relationship, not religion. We see the religion part, but it's more than that as you look at it deeper. She knew about him. She knew the praise she had, and she did not allow it, like I said before, her looks and what people thought to ever take away what could take place. Because if she would have listened to the fears and doubts, she would not be able to reach out and touch him. But they had the close, I believe they had a close relationship, the encounter, talking with each other, praying. That was her prayer. And it was answered. And I want you all to know, whatever prayer that you seek for, that God is there. If you reach out, if you talk to him, he is there. But it's up to you. You can choose to continue to do what you can do and think that something different is going to take place. He's waiting for you to make the move. Have faith in action. Make a move. Make a reach. And seek him for the healing that you're asking for. Jairus' daughter, Jesus immediately told her, get up, wake up from your sleep. It's time for you to get up. That's something for you to do. There's always been something for you to do. These people think you're dead, but no, you're alive. You're back to be on a journey of a road, prophesying. I'll be talking with people, have your own company, be the ambassador. These people counting you out already. They telling me, I'm Jesus. How can they tell me anything? How can they tell my Father? I'm the one that said that you will rise, so you will rise. I'm speaking power. How do you know that power that Jesus has is astonishing through the doubts and the fears and what people tries to mask. We gotta tell those things to leave. Leave me alone. Get out of my space, my mental, my peace, my joy. Get out, get out. There's no more room for you. There's no more energy I'm gonna spend on you. Eviction notice. Here's your eviction notice. The people that need to be in here, come into the room. Come into this room. So, gather around her. She's gonna be hungry. She's about to be busy. She needs this and she needs that. But the first thing I need her to get up. I need her to see that there's more in store for her. When you feel like you're in a dark place, feel like you're in depression, feel like for people doubt and fears that you cannot make it out. But no, my child, my daughter, you're free. Break free from what has taken place, from the opposition, from the speculation, from those trying to throw on their stones on you, with their insecurities, stone here, with the depression and feelings that they're feeling, trying to throw that on you. How can you cast any judgment? How can you cast anything at all? Drop your words, drop your stones, and flee. If you think you're perfect, then stay right here. Let me see. If you're not, go about your way. Leave her alone. My people, I hope this word has encouraged you. It is a deep word. We hear it a lot, but are we really taking an inventory of the healing, of the power of God, of Jesus, what he can do still to this day, every day? Are we going to continue to do it our way or do it in his way? Reach out to him in the times of despair, of unforgiveness. What may seem like it's a failure, is it really a failure? You tried. You tried for that job. You tried for that diploma. You tried for that certificate, no matter what people may try to say about the certificate, about who you are, trying to put you in a box that you'll never be nothing, that you will only be a church kid. Their perceptions, their speculation. What did I say to you? Rise up, get back on that mantle, get back on your journey. Know who you are and what you are, and know that my word is here if you need that reminded. These stories are factual. People, words are just opinions. Everyone's trying to make it. Everyone's trying to make it in this inflation time that we live in. But God, but Jesus, he said he will, which he will and is, carrying the government on his shoulders because of the fear that they try to put in people's eyes on TV, social media. The devil's still doing the same old thing, but are we reaching out to him to draw closer to him? Are we going to stay closed-minded and act like we don't turn a blind eye at what we don't see? We see it. Okay, what we're going to do about it? What we're going to do? Go to his word. Talk to other people that are going through something. If we know something, share something, tell something. We once was there, so we can't think at all that we're putting ourselves higher, even trying to put ourselves in a higher pedestal, a higher position. Reach out, touch, fellowship, communion. This showed me the communion for the Peter, James. There was community. There was people that need to be in the room. There's people that need to be in your life. There's some people that don't need to be in your life. They're just in your life for speculation. Want to see what you're doing. Want to be the ones that, to be like the energy vampires. Take your energy. You wonder why you're feeling this way. Have these songs in your mind or feelings in your mind. What are you surrounding yourself with? Have you reached out to God? Have you asked for him to renew your mind by this, so to show you and see what is going on? You can't be oblivious of what's going on when you see people doing certain things, posting certain things, and you still having that question. I do have a big heart, but I'm not going to be naive of what I see and choose to continue to be oblivious. Once I know God, I pray for the individual. I pray for my continuing journey. I don't have it all together. I don't. That's why I'm praying for myself as well, so I can be the person that they need to call on. They need to be there when they need to be hear my voice. I gotta be in order. He called the ones in alignment with him to be in order with him in that room. Everyone else just wait outside the door. What you're doing now, you're just speculation. You're speculating like a paparazzi, trying to see my mood, trying to see how I'm doing it, when I shown you how to do it. Once again, guys, this podcast is about Jesus' miracle, curing the lady with the issue of blood, and spoke with his word to resurrect the girl from a sound sleep that they thought she was dead. What do you want to be resurrected? What do you want to believe that you have stopped believing, but you want God to do, but you haven't really fully reached to him. You want to hear from him, but he's like waiting for you to reach. Show me how much you want this. It's gonna be on my own timing, but have you really shown me? I feel like you give it, you try to give it to me, but you go back to your way because you're not hearing that from me. And so that's why you're not able to really grasp what I'm trying to do for you, because you go back into the world view, world perception, world doubts and fears that I would never be this, I would never do this because it has not happened. But maybe God's telling you that you need to relax, you need to sit down, rest and restoration. Stop trying to speed up the process without me. You running this marathon, I want you to run this marathon. And I pass the baton to this person, that person, this person. Come back over here. Listen to me. Have a sound mind. Be obedient. Y'all, I just ask you, continue to pray for my strength and peace and joy and faith. When I have my own healing journey, even now, I miss my brother every day. But this brings me so much joy to just bless so many other people that are hurting, that are going through, and knowing that you in it, and you waiting for that permanent breakthrough. And it may seem like what you're going through is permanent. The infirmities, that job you're at, feeling like you are the black sheep of the family. Everybody look at you as, don't touch me. Let me tell you what you used to do. But who are you to judge? Guys, forgive me for my sins. He has put them in the lake of forgetfulness. To those that you try to each day try to put me down and try to wonder why I'm this person. Keep speculating. Cause you're speculating for me. It's like admiration. I want you all to know, I don't know why that's coming to me, but sometimes people, be careful of the monitoring spirits. Everyone's not who they truly say they are, as we know in the Bible where it says, be aware of wolves in sheep clothing. Everyone that's meant to be invited is not really meant to be invited. We can love them and pray for them, but we gotta be careful what we engage in. That speculation is so deep and dark. What we see in the Bible, Jesus did all these miracles, but they nailed him on a cross. Once praised him, then the week after, crucify him. What can be the words, I'm gonna ask you, what can be the words that you choose to believe if you just move yourself away? There's gonna be opposition, of course, but what the God word, He is the embodiment of us all, that we can get through. We can live in this world and be on a mission for our Father. That we're not here for anybody validation. That we go through stuff, but yet we are healed by the blood. We are healed by His word. We are healed by knowing who we are, our identity. That we will be something, that there's stuff attached to us. We can apply our faith, though, to see what He's trying to do, what He's trying to share to us and show us. So we gotta have faithful heart continually, not after the miracle has taken place, as in the Bible, the leprosies, those that had leprosies were healed. 2 had stayed bad, but the other ones, after they got healed, they vanished. So, as Jesus said, you reach out to me, you touch me, you're healed. After you're healing, what are you going to do from this day forward? I hope this word has resonated in your heart, your mind, your soul on this Sunday. Stand firm, as I always say, stand firm in who you are. And only the times where you can really forget who you are is when you allow the doubt and fears and what people out that are in your ear constantly. Be careful who you have around your ear, because that stuff can really, you can take on. That's why I say self-care is necessary. It's necessary for your soul and your mind. Be careful what you're taking on. Know that you can't take it on your own all by yourself. Peace will leave with you. Joy. I hope that you're finding that joy again over everything that you've been through, that you went through, that a lot of people don't know. But they're in expectation, they're in speculation as a paparazzi waiting for your next move. But Jesus, will you be able to reach out, as I talked about in this episode, will you be able to reach out as the lady with the issue of blood? And will you be able to see that faith is everything?